Hi, now some of you asked for me to run you through my shoe choice this year because unlike my other teammates, I'm running Speedplay pedals and this is purely out of choice. The team is sponsored by BONTS shoes, but we also have freedom to choose what we want, but I, out of choice, would choose BONTS. Last 2 years I've been on Siddies, it was fine. Siddies are not bad shoes. There's enough guys that use them out of choice. I just don't like them in comparison to BONTS. And you know, but shoes is a very personal choice. Now I can run you through my shoes for this year because I finally have them back from Gallus Baffles, who have made the BONTS more suitable to Speedplay pedals, and I will show you what that means now. Firstly, these are my shoes that I've been using since well, basically straight after Worlds I jumped back onto BONTS. I know a very old pair, like 2014 Movistar coloured pair for training in, until I received these and fitted these to the bottom of. Now, for you who don't know how Speedplays work, Speedplays is a 4-bolt mount for a cleat, which is quite different to a normal look, or just about anything which is 3-bolt mount. So the Speedplay cleats come with a plate which converts 3 bolts to 4 bolts, which puts the pedal 3mm further away from your shoe. The guys at Gallus Baffles, I think I've pronounced that right, they're on the watch shop. If you go to the watch shop, they will drill your shoes and send you a nifty little shim, this bad boy, to make the bottom of your shoe 4-bolt Speedplay ready. BONTS sent me 4 pairs of shoes, so I currently have 5 pairs of black BONTS 0 pluses, and I picked the 0 pluses because of the flap and just the general aeroness about them. And I sent my 4 pairs straight up to Gallus for them to drill, but I only sent them right-hand shoes because I have a difference in leg length discrepancy, which is fixed using a 3mm shim in the bottom of my shoe. So my right shoe currently is mounted like a normal Speedplay. My left shoe has a shim in. This one is flush, nice and aero. This one is not. There's a ridge, there's a gap, it looks a bit ugly. So I will send my right shoes up so I can have the shoe without the 3mm base plate. So I run the cleat flush with the bottom of the shoe, which means on the left shoe I can use it like a normal Speedplay cleat. Getting 3mm closer to the pedal axle, you drop your saddle 3mm, you drop your handlebars 3mm, or if you don't drop your handlebars, you open up your hip angle a little bit, your centre of gravity drops, your cornering's better, your aero's better, just an all-round better time. The stack height is lower than any other shoe. Now, stack height is the distance from your shoe to the pedal axle, or from your foot to the pedal axle. A look cleat compared with a look cleat pedal setup, compared with a Speedplay look cleat pedal setup, the difference is 7.6mm. I think it was 7mm. So if you were to go from look pedals to Speedplay, you'd drop your handlebars saddle 7mm. Get them drilled. So get the 3mm base plate taken out, that's another 3mm, so that takes you up to 9. The difference to Shimano, I don't know. I know it is a drop, I don't know the exact numbers because I came from Look last year. The BONTS sole thickness, I think, is just under half that of Siddy, so which I believe is another 2.5 to 3mm. So I'm looking at 12 or 13mm saddle drop, stack height drop, handlebar drop from last year. Now that's not a small amount. All these little things add up, so that's just that. And I don't know the exact, I can't give you numbers for the exact aero gains from that, but it's not insignificant. That's a win in my eyes as well. So it just seemed like a no-brainer. This whole setup this year is choice, none of it is sponsored. I mean, I'm a World Tour rider, I've won a couple of races. I ring up BONTS and I say, hey guys, can I buy some shoes? And they say, no Alex, you can have some shoes. Here they are in the post. And then I say, thank you very much, that's very kind. And the same thing happened with Speedplay as well. I said, can I buy some Speedplays? They said no, so they sent me some. I run the standard axles. Now the these are 53, but originally when I was back in Team Sky using Speedplay I ran 59mm because I pedal like a duck with my heels really in. But with orthotic insoles that's been fixed to a point. It's raised my arch and straightened my heels out. But I said to Speedplay quite nonchalantly, yeah, I'm still on 59mm, so they sent me 6 pairs of pedals with 59mm axles. I put them on the bike and I was like, oh no, actually the ones like I ran at Worlds are 53mm. So I rang up the Speedplay guys again and I was like, hey guys, I made a mistake, can I send all of these back to you? They said, we will just send you 53mm spindles and you can change them yourselves, which was a piece of cake. It's just a cap, a screw, pop this off, put it on the new spindle, screw, cap. And as it happened, these are titanium as opposed to stainless steel as well, so they're substantially lighter. So yeah, I will show you quickly the differences and we will wrap this video up because it's a pretty simple video about my fast feet. Here's your cleat, comes with a little cover. They do, Speedplay takes some time, you've got to be a bit patient setting them up, but once you're there, then the cleats will last bloody forever. This is your float. If you have these screws all the way out, you've got all this float. If you have the screws tightened right up, you've got almost no float. And if you have, it says it on here, you can't see, but heel in, heel out, and if that adjusts whether you pedal like a duck or you pedal pigeon-toed. And then once you're done, there's a little cover which is all nice and aero, but actually also enables you to walk on the cleats when you're in the cafe without damaging them, so the cleats last bloody forever. This is what a bottom of a shoe looks like when you get it out of the box, and then you send it away to get drilled, and this is what it comes back looking like. These are your 3 original holes and these are your 4 new Speedplay holes. The way he lined them up for me, because once you drill these you can't just drill them anywhere, because then you've got no, that is your fore and aft position. There's no adjusting that once the holes are drilled. I sent them to him with a base plate already fixed on, so he knew exactly where to drill these holes, which are here. And don't try and do this yourself. I really recommend, because if you're pulling up on the pedals real hard and some of these come loose, then you're going to know about it real quickly. So when you get Speedplay, this is what I was telling you about. This is your transfer plate that you would get normally. That takes you from 3 bolt to 4 bolt. So this will be my left shoe. Now the drilled shoe, real similar, except for they got this custom made plate just here, silver plate for squeaking I think, and then cleat over the top. I run my cleats as far back as possible. Used to run them as far forwards as possible when the thinking used to be that that was fast for leverage and TTs, but now I run them as far back as possible purely to protect my knees. There's been some links with running them far forwards and knee injuries, and there's been no links with any kind of power differences between safety in it. Adam Hansen has some real interest in cleat positions where his cleats are almost slap bang in the middle of his shoes, which no one else is doing, but he makes his own shoes, so no, I don't think there's many other shoes capable of doing that. As the cleat on, once I'm done I'll adjust them properly, like refine them whilst on the bike, so I don't really do anything, except that base plate one, I don't really do anything up too tight because I'll probably have to move everything a bit. Like I said, these are fiddly to set up, but yeah, I mean I'll get 90% there just on comparing it to the shoes that are already set up. So for the sake of this video, let's pretend that this cleat I have set up to perfection, and this bad boy clips on just like that. I feel like this is a Blue Peter video. If any of you remember Blue Peter, it's like his one I did earlier. So I should have done earlier ones before actually doing this video, because I've done this in the wrong order. Firstly, put a little left hand aero cover on, like so. Any minute now. Come on, come on. There we go. Sits nicely there. And slap on the last cover, and that's pretty clean. Pretty clean. That's the standard cleat. After, you see that gap there, much smaller. Happy Alex. So left shoe with cleat, 343 grams. There's no inner sole in that. I use a Solstar inner sole, like an orthotic thing, which are great. We had the opportunity to use them when I was on Katusha, and they're nice. Titanium aero pedal takes you up to 427 grams per foot. 450 with inner sole. That's not bad, I think. Obviously super aero, super low stack height, 327 for the shoe with no stack height. So that's a 20 gram saving as well there for those of you that are really into that stuff, which brings your pedal and shoe combo to a touch over 409 grams. I think the only way you'll get lighter is Adam Hansen. Maybe those specialised super fancy lightweight ones. Weight, I didn't get a dry weight of the shoe. Sorry, I forgot. So that's 4 pairs of shoes set up with my one old spare pair, which now will be 3mm too high in terms of the ride height. So my left shoe, as I said, that now looks like a normal Speedplay cleat. My right shoe is, no, that's left as well. My right shoe is shunted as close to the shoe as it possibly can be now, which means I'll drop, once I get to the UAE tour, I will drop my saddle height by 3mm, but I will have to still make some minor adjustments to the rotation side of things. And lastly, with the stack height that I keep going on about, the beauty of these also with the BONTS compared with the Cities is the BONT sole is less than half the stack height of the City, so dropping my seat from City and look to Bont and Speedplay, Bont and drilled Speedplay, looking at like a 13mm drop in saddle height for nothing, for free. A word on Bont shoes, obviously this is the 0 Plus model, which comes with a flap, a single boa system, which is different to their standard Vapor S or Vapor Plus. But I like the aero. I like this because aero, and it's dimpled all over. I don't know what that does in terms of aerodynamics, but you know, golf balls. What I like about the BONTS more than anything, super wide toe box. The shoe is reasonably flat as well. You see a lot of shoes, there's a big kick up at the toe, there's a big kick up here. Your foot doesn't really naturally do that, so I don't really know why cycling shoes are made like that. Now, the reason they can do such thin soles, they're basically half the thinness of just about every other competitor. You can see here the sole actually comes right up the side of the foot, which is pretty good if or when you crash. There's a lot of protection there. You're not going to rip through carbon fibre to your foot, so it's kind of like your foot's in a nice little bathtub, but with that bathtub, because it comes up, it just adds rigidity, and they are rigid. A lot of people don't use them because they are so rigid. I like them. It's great for time trialling because you lose nothing, and that's how they can make them so thin as well, is if you could take a piece of paper and you just have it flat, it's all floppy. If you take a piece of paper and make a box out of it, it's much more rigid, or a piece of cardboard or something. You know what I'm saying? It's simple physics. A lot of cycling shoes are a completely flat sole and they have to make them thick to get the rigidity, whereas because these are shaped, they naturally come out of the factory. Very, very thin, very, very stiff, and quite light. Very light, in fact. So I'm all about being honest on this channel. Bont do send me free shoes. They have done for a long time. But I've also used Mavics, I've used Cities, I've used Bontrager's, I've used Specialized, and I keep coming back to these guys. So these are who I'd recommend. I think I've got some funky colours as well coming, because to start with, I was like, I just want shoes. I need the shoes. Give me the shoes. So Bont sent me all the shoes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if there's other aspects of my bike that you would like me to focus on, because I quite enjoy this. I quite enjoy telling you about my bike and what I do. I just need to know what to talk about. So I think in that comments section below, where people complain about the noise quality and the video quality sometimes, just tell us what you want to see about my bike, and I will show you as much as I can. But you know, pre-Olympics I can't give away too many secrets, because like Rowan Dennis is quite good, and I need to try and like bridge that 2-minute gap to him somehow. So far, pedals and shoes, because Rowan uses Shimano, so don't tell him that this is better, please.